Pressure cooked for 3 to 4 hours together with a lot of garlic and onions, and even the venom-laced cobra head, all the flavor and essence of the snake is transferred into the broth. After such a long cooking time, the flesh itself and even the bones are now too soft and tasteless to be of any use in the soup. Cooking also neutralizes the poison. The resulting mixture is filtered through until just the pure, nutrient-rich liquid soup is left. The elaborate and painstaking filtering process must take place several times over until the last precious drops are collected.
At first, I was hesitant to drink the soup, but when I tasted it, it was good. Now I like to drink it because I think it made my breathing better, and being a man, it has aphrodisiac properties, so I think that would be good for my you-know-what.
It seems that here in the Philippines, the risks of eating cobra are far outweighed by the promises of good health that dining on this deadly dish are said to bestow.
Kahit na may lason ng cobra, huwag kayong matatakot na kumain. Kasi ang cobra, marami na sanang namatay kung talagang may lason ng cobra. May lason nga, pero pag niluto na yan, mawawala na yung lason. Ganyan ang cobra.
The changing attitudes towards the cobra as a food source have created a huge variation in the snake's availability and status in society. While common and easily accessible in the Philippines, in other parts of Asia, cobra has become a big spender's delicacy, a food that almost only seems to be fit for kings. The very mention of Vietnam conjures up an image of exotic and enticing scenery and an equally inviting cuisine. The Vietnamese are famous for their spicy and flavorful foods and their use of some very unique ingredients. On any street corner, be it a roadside cafe or four-star restaurant, snake is served in a variety of different dishes. And it's as popular among foreigners as it is with the locals. Over 30 of Vietnam's 140 snake species are poisonous. Even now, about 30,000 people are bitten by snakes in Vietnam every year, and many of them die. And yet, despite the obvious risk of coming into contact with snakes, they are still highly prized as a food source. There are 4 species of cobras native to Vietnam. The king cobra is the largest of the species, growing up to 4 meters in length. One of its natural haunts is the cool undergrowth of rainforests. But deforestation is shrinking this habitat, leading to cobras coming into contact with people more frequently, with often devastating consequences. Lemart Village is better known locally as the Snake Village. It's home to several restaurants that serve up snake for dinner, as well as a shot of snake liquor. The place is a magnet for adventurous tourists looking to taste something exotic, and the village is almost single-handedly supported by this lucrative trade. Despite the fact that snake breeding is a tradition that goes back some 900 years in Lemart, the practice of catching wild snakes for slaughter is now illegal. Overhunting has drastically reduced the population of many local snake species, and so the government recently imposed the ban in an effort to stabilize their numbers. Therefore, residents in Lemart are very discreet about their snake produce. It's the job of the motorcyclists here to act as mobile salesmen, guiding customers to the alleyway restaurants. It's one of the biggest restaurants in town. Business is booming. The kitchens are running at full steam, turning out a variety of different snake dishes for a loyal band of local customers.
I like to eat snake because it's our culture. The taste is like quite weird, but it's nice. I come here whenever I want to eat. It's like when I'm 15 years old, I try to drink the white and the black.
Ngày thì khoảng 20-30 con là bình thường. Tùy theo con to con bé.
The chefs here have worked out every conceivable way of utilizing a single snake in their recipes. The blood, of course, is reserved for snake wine, but the body itself is divided up into 7 different parts, which can then be used in 7 different dishes. The most popular snakes served in these restaurants are grass snakes and cobras, although the cobra is 10 times more expensive than grass snakes. They are all very much alive and breathing, right up to the point that they are served at the table. And that's the whole point of eating snake, to serve it as fresh as possible.
In Poland, and there is no culture to eat the snakes. I came here especially from Hanoi to this place to taste the snake, how they kill the snake and how they prepare the food.
We tried here like 7 different types of dish made of the snake, and I must say that the fried pieces of meat is excellent.
To make sure that this demand does not outweigh the supply, the villagers have been given an incentive scheme to breed the snakes in their own farms and therefore prevent any illegal collection from the wild.
Có mỗi một con rắn họ có thể trợ cấp hỗ trợ 50.000. Để anh cho nó thể sao anh. Mỗi một con rắn họ trợ cấp 50.000 để phát triển năng làm nghề.
Kai is a typical worker on the snake farms found in and around Lamart. Born and brought up in the village, he comes from a family of farmers, but has chosen to work here as his income is much better. It also helps that Kai likes working with snakes. Although getting bitten is part and parcel of his business, it hasn't put Kai off his work, even though it has cost him a finger. Cobras, even a few weeks old, still carry enough poison to kill a man. But Kai is comfortable checking up on his latest brood of babies. As soon as he steps foot into the farm, Kai is surrounded by almost 1,000 snakes, putting himself in a situation far more dangerous than the 1 or 2 cobras he might encounter out in the forests. Carefully stepping around 500 boxes of irritable snakes, Kai is asking for trouble just being in here, and cobras are easily provoked. On a snake farm in Vietnam's Lamart village, snake farmer Kai tends to hundreds of snakes on a daily basis, and most of them are cobras. He has to be extremely careful cleaning out the cages and feeding the snakes. Just one false or sudden move could provoke the snakes to attack at any time.
Nghề rắn này thì công nhận là thực sự là nguy hiểm, nhưng mà cái đã lao vào thì là đam mê. Tôi đã từng bị rắn cắn nhưng mà cắn nó cũng chỉ xước qua nhẹ. Lúc bị cắn thì rất là đau. Lúc mà bị cắn thì là nghĩ là có thể là bỏ nghề, nhưng sau tai hồi phục thì lại đam mê cái nghề này thì lại